consider all of the opportunities that had been denied women, including going into the professional ranks of sports, I thought that this would be something that Kansas City could be proud of for years and years to come.
One day Lightning came to me and he had talked to me about a vision that he had.
Within 2 weeks after I graduated from high school, I was drafted into the service to go to Vietnam to fight for my country. After my tour in Vietnam, I returned home to begin a new start with my life. In 1991, God gave me a vision to create a women's professional basketball league here in Kansas City.
And the vision was to have a women's pro team here and also a pro league.
I always had a passion for women's basketball, for women to be able to play beyond college. In 1991, it became a reality with the WBA, the Women's Basketball Association.
It was just exciting to be part of it. We tried to keep the energy level up and we're developing a fan base and just had fun with it.
In 1991, we started a tour for a women's professional basketball league. In 92, we played our first season and completed it. In 93, we had financial problems. We contacted the NBA for financial support. The NBA asked us to speak with Val Ackerman, who was Director of Operations for the NBA. Val asked me to keep her updated with the progress of the WBA, which I did. She also requested in a letter, which I have yet today.
There was no women's pro league until he started it.
The attempt to get some kind of marriage between the NBA and the Women's Association. Yes, I'm fully aware of what was going on, and that there was also resistance there.
He ended up saying that he wanted to use the facility, and we ended up having the first women pro basketball league here at Penn Valley.
We did have the backing of the Kansas City Sports Commission.
Some of the women, through no fault of their own, were never able to enter the WNBA.
The crowds were so large, he ended up moving it to Municipal Auditorium.
As some people say, timing is everything. The timing, I think, for this was just superb.
New at 10, an Independence man filed a federal lawsuit saying he's the one who came up with the idea for the WNBA, but he never got any credit. In this story you'll see only on Fox 4, the man tells Tess Koppelman why he believes the NBA stole his dream. Tess?
Lightning Mitchell started a professional women's basketball league in 1991. It had teams throughout the Midwest and was growing in popularity, but he says when he approached the NBA about expanding his league, they weren't interested. Then a few years later, they launched the WNBA.
Lightning Mitchell keeps a collection of all his memorabilia from the Women's Basketball Association he founded.
We even said we are going to be the pioneers of women's professional basketball.
From 92 to 96, he built up the WBA. He had 8 teams throughout the Midwest, from Chicago and Minnesota to Nebraska and Oklahoma, including the Kansas City Mustangs.
Connor, who was coming from the...
We played the All-Star game down in the Municipal Auditorium, and we seated 3,500 people at that ball game.
Mitchell knew he had a good thing going. That's why he contacted the NBA to see if they could form a nationwide league together, but they kept saying they weren't interested. Then in April 1996, the NBA launched the WNBA.
Upside three, and she answers back for Detroit.
And that was the end of Mitchell's league.
There's no way I could have competed with the NBA, and I know that.
Recently, when he found out the person he had been talking to at the NBA about creating the Women's League is the same person who then launched the WNBA. Mitchell says he shared ideas and research with her.
When I saw that, it just really put me in a chaos, I'm thinking, well, how could she do this? How could she tell me that she wasn't interested in some, this type of venture, but then turn around and they formed their own league.
All Mitchell wants now is for someone to acknowledge the WBA's pioneering efforts.
I don't care how big you are, I'm a human too. You just don't walk over people.
There's another story out here, and someday there's going to be a story told about what took place, and it was in Kansas City.